Hi, my name is Ashley Jacobson. I'm a disability expert and advocate, and today I want to address a post that I shared, I think it was last week, from the Tanks Good News Instagram account about a 10-year-old girl who was born without hands who won a handwriting competition. This certainly qualifies as good news. This is a girl who overcame obstacles and judgment and worked really hard to have this achievement. And yet I was so discouraged by the number of people in the comments who just missed the point. Of course, any popular Instagram account is going to have trolls that say really cruel things, mocking her disability, and I'm not going to address those. I don't want to perpetuate that kind of thing. But I do want to address what I believe were well-intentioned people who just misunderstood the issue. There were many people who said things like, I hope she didn't win out of pity, or she probably won out of pity. These comments are not based in logic, they're not based in fact, they're not based in a background in assessing people with disabilities, which I have. So I'm going to explain this. People with disabilities don't want your pity. They also usually don't deserve your pity. People with disabilities do almost everything that people without disabilities do. Yes, the girl in the article was born without hands, but she worked hard to find a way to have the courage to face judgment and skepticism to participate in the competition. She took the time and effort to learn how to hold the writing utensil in a way that would allow her to write. She took the time to learn how to actually write while holding that writing utensil. And she had to learn how to do all of that under the pressure of a competition. Those are incredible things. Those are definitely things that should be celebrated. And unfortunately, this girl growing up in the age of social media, like many other young people that use sites like Instagram these days, they're seeing these commenters that are totally dismissing and minimizing all of that hard work and adaptability and assuming that she couldn't have won for her own merit. People just had to feel sorry for her. That's the only logical explanation. And when a young child and a young adult sees something like that, it discourages them from putting themselves out there in the future. And in doing so, our world could be denied strong individuals who are capable of succeeding in life, at work, in school, and who could be great contributors to their communities. When you assume somebody didn't deserve their achievement, you're doing so from a place of your limited beliefs about that person's type. You're putting her into a bubble of people with disabilities, and you're not seeing her for the person that she is. She's somebody who did win that competition, and she did deserve to be congratulated. And I spoke up in the comments about that, and I got a lot of heat from a lot of people that just wanted to argue. I did get some wonderful support from people that were really kind and reached out to say they agreed or they understood or that they had an open mind. And I'm so appreciative of that. But ultimately, I just wanted to write something so that for every 10 comments of people that were negative, and there were many people who wrote things like that were really negative and dismissive and minimizing, I just wanted to put a comment in there so people like that girl know that not everybody thinks that way. And so that's just what I am asking of you guys. I know you might think, oh, nobody cares what I have to say or comment on this story, or, I don't have a lot of expertise in this. But if you see a story about a person with a disability, my first thought that I want to share is, if you got something positive to say it. Don't bring in the disability if it's unnecessary to talk about it. But say something positive so that all of those negative voices can be hopefully drowned out, and so that people with disabilities who use social media all the time can know that they are welcomed in our society and they aren't judged by many people. My second little ask is that before you comment on a post about a person with a disability, I want you to think very briefly about if you would say the same thing in that comment if the story did not involve a person with a disability. Unless you're saying something like, what a great achievement. Wow, that's so awesome that she worked hard to overcome that. Don't say anything that would treat a person with a disability different solely because of their disability. So I just wanted to talk about that because it's really important to me, and you can have empathy without sympathy. It's much better, and people with disabilities would much rather you try to be understanding than to feel sorry for them. And you also don't have a right to feel sorry for somebody that you really don't know a lot of the details about. My point being is, even if you're well-intentioned, don't make assumptions about a person solely because they have a disability. They aren't limited by the way you think of them, but you are. Thanks.